Right, so Prince Harry's decided to chuck another hand grenade into the royal family group chat, and this time Princess Anne might just be in the blast radius. Stick around, because this one's absolutely spicy, and the fans, oh, they are not happy. Before we dive into this absolute carnage, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next in this royal soap opera. So, here's the tea. Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, which honestly should have been called Overshare at this point, has reignited yet another royal row, and this time he's taking shots at something called the Court Circular. Now, if you're thinking, what on earth is a court circular, don't worry, you're not alone. It's basically the royal family's official scorecard, a daily record of who did what, where, and when. Think of it as LinkedIn for people who wear tiaras, except Harry reckons it's less professional networking and more Hunger Games with better hats. In his memoir, Harry absolutely tears into this centuries-old tradition, claiming it turned the royal family into a competitive nightmare where everyone's scrambling to rack up engagement points like they're collecting Tesco club card rewards. And while he doesn't drop names, because apparently we're playing royal Mad Libs now, pretty much everyone's looking at Princess Anne, who is basically the Cristiano Ronaldo of royal engagements. She's consistently topped the charts year after year, showing up, cutting ribbons, and being generally brilliant at her job. But Harry's throwing shade, and it's casting a rather awkward shadow over his auntie's work ethic. Let's rewind to Christmas 2013. Harry had just returned from this life-changing expedition to the South Pole, proper into the wild stuff, finding himself, clearing his head, probably contemplating the meaning of existence while battling frostbite. He comes back to Sandringham expecting maybe some mulled wine and a quiet festive period, and instead walks into what he describes as a family infected with very scary malware, which is quite possibly the most millennial way anyone's ever described royal dysfunction. I mean, imagine describing your Christmas dinner as a software problem. Sorry, Gran, can't attend. My family's got ransomware. But here's where it gets properly interesting. Harry claims this court circular transformed from a simple record into what he calls a circular firing squad. Dramatic much. According to him, it amplified the competitive feelings already bubbling away beneath those stiff upper lips and turned royal duty into a numbers game. He reckons family members became obsessed with having the highest tally of engagements recorded each year, and that the tension would build invisibly as December 31st approached, like some kind of royal New Year's Eve anxiety countdown. Now, pause for a second and imagine this scene. You're at the palace, it's late December, everyone's pretending to enjoy small talk over canapes, but secretly they're all mentally calculating whether their visit to that community center counts as one engagement or two. It's like that competitive friend who insists on comparing Fitbit steps, except replace steps with charity galas, and the stakes involve the literal monarchy. Harry gets properly spicy when he starts critiquing how royal work gets measured. He argues that meaningful private work, like spending time with veterans, helping with mental health, scores 0 points, while flying in by helicopter to cut a ribbon at a horse farm somehow makes you the winner. And honestly, he's got a point there. It's like judging a teacher's effectiveness by counting how many times they write on the whiteboard rather than whether the students actually learned anything. The metric matters. But here's where Harry's argument gets a bit sticky. He claims some family members were logging engagements that weren't, strictly speaking, real work, which is a deliciously passive-aggressive way of saying someone's been padding their stats. It's the royal equivalent of adding team player to your CV because you once held the door open for a colleague. Now, Princess Anne hasn't responded to any of this because, frankly, she's too busy actually working to engage with drama. The woman's legendary for her no-nonsense approach, her relentless schedule, and her ability to complete more engagements in a year than most of us attend Zoom meetings. She's basically the royal family's MVP, and Harry's memoir has landed like a dodgy VAR decision that nobody asked for. Royal fans are absolutely fuming, and you can understand why. Here's Princess Anne, who's dedicated her entire life to royal duty, without complaint, without drama, without writing tell-all memoirs, just quietly getting on with it year after year. And now her nephew's published a book that seems to question whether all that work was genuine or just point-scoring. It's like working overtime for 20 years and then having someone suggest you were only doing it to look good in front of the boss. The irony here is almost painful. Harry's criticizing the competitiveness and the obsession with appearances, but by writing about it in such detail, naming no names but dropping enough hints for everyone to draw their own conclusions, he's arguably created more drama than the court circular ever did. It's like complaining about gossip by writing a best-selling book full of juicy details. The call is coming from inside the house, Harry. What makes this particularly brutal is the timing. Harry's memoir continues to stir controversy while the working royals carry on with their duties, and Princess Anne specifically has faced increased scrutiny since these revelations. She's not the type to defend herself publicly. That's not how she operates, which makes the whole situation feel even more uncomfortable. So there you have it, another chapter in the ongoing saga of Harry versus the firm, where nobody wins, everyone's uncomfortable, and the only people truly benefiting are the publishers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, where we'll probably be discussing whatever Harry reveals next.